Hello. Oh my goodness. My hair is a representation of the journey that I just had. My sincerest apologies. Thank you for your patience. I'm not sorry. Thank you for your patience. Hello. 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 I even tried to go on my phone. I tried to set it up over here, but what's the day? It's just I was editing. I was editing the description of the live as I use DuckDuckGo, and it said, like, "Do you wanna allow access to your camera and to your microphone?" And because I wasn't going live in that moment, I accidentally said no to both of those. So, I could see your comment, but I couldn't sign on, so my apologies. It was just I had to sign on Chrome instead of the DuckDuckGo that I normally do because I was sitting there like, "I don't wanna use anything but DuckDuckGo," and then it just wouldn't, and then it just wouldn't. So, hello, hello, happy Monday. I'm just gonna take a breath to kinda calm myself for this one moment and just pulse onto the space, and yes, good morning, good morning. Just gonna sink in. Oh, my Aries was showing, and I was just very irrationally like, "Perfect topic for discussion. I'm going to do it the way that I know it's happening," and it just didn't do that, so, oh, okay. I'm just gonna take a moment, find gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for waiting patiently. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Some things are falling off the wall. Good morning, good morning. Yeah. We're in already some incredibly powerful energy. How are you feeling? How are you expressing yourself? What is new in your world? How was your weekend if you celebrate those things? This is an eclipse portal. I mean, beyond. I'm already feeling it myself. I posted on Instagram this morning. My sensitivities are off the chart right now. How are yours feeling? And yeah, it just feels like my eyes are opening and things are happening, and beautiful, awakenings are never ending, just like growth is never ending, just like processing is never ending. It's constant. It's constant. And I'm just really excited for what's happening and where we are. And this, yes, yes, beautiful, beautiful. So the intention that I'd set for today's live is to really look at, yeah, things are happening for sure, is to look at the Pisces, good morning, the Pisces and the Aries area of the general wheel, which is what I have behind me, as well as our own lives and our own chart. That's where, I put the title of, and I posted in the description, this little this little blog I wrote a long time ago called The Changing of the Guard. And it talked about a time where I worked a corporate job where the boss went on a holiday, and it was like such a beautiful team of people. The boss went on a holiday, he came back, called an immediate meeting, and I was like, he's being transferred. Something's wrong. Something's different. And lo and behold, and there's a whole beautiful blog that I wrote on this. He was transferred to a better position. His assistant manager got promoted. It was all beautiful, but I was like, something's off. Something's really off. And it was a powerful moment. And I feel as though right now, what we might be experiencing is a call, something inside of us that feels a little bit off. And I don't want to use, negative or positive terms, but it feels like I'm being called to either do something, or there's something down the road that is pulling me towards it. Maybe it's a new language that you want to learn about, or maybe a new exercise or a book that you want to read, or maybe you want to stop doing something and start doing something. Something's just a little bit like, it's curious. I want to use, neutral phrases. It just feels curious. The timing of it going into this new moon eclipse, that I have a video on it. I'm going to post it immediately after this live. it's in Aquarius energy. It's squaring to Uranus. And, the North Node is going to be conjunct Venus. The nodes are always where the nodes are dictates where the eclipses fall. So the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo, and the new moon eclipse that is going to be in Aquarius, right at 28 degrees right over here. So this is huge, huge energy that's available to us. What we do with it is our own. And where this falls in your chart is going to be so different. So I do want to focus on Pisces and Aries for today, but also because it's so close, we can look at where this 28 degree of Aquarius falls in our chart and what houses. This is the general wheel that we always use. Starts in Aries and goes to Pisces. This is the beginning and the end of the chart, the very end and the very beginning. So this week, Saturn is going into Aries energy. We've dipped our toes into this before. I have, the Four Horsemen series. We deep dive into Saturn and Jupiter and Neptune and Uranus. And so definitely take a peek at that. There's a playlist on it. But this is a huge transit. These are years Saturn will be in Aries. For many years, Neptune is going to be in Aries. We've already touched that flavor. We already know it's already happened. And what has been coming up for me, I chatted with a friend about this, and please let me know, how does Neptune and Aries feel for you? It feels like these somewhat like ambiguous things that I was simmering in and I was marinating in. All of a sudden it's like, nope, done. Nope, done. Nope, done. And it does, because Neptune and Aries energy, we'll talk about in a second, is the first sign of the zodiac. It's very like, yep. Even as I said today, like my Aries was showing. So I was like, it has to work the way that I know it to work, instead of just being like, okay, move on and just do it on Chrome. That's fine. That's so okay. But what I loved about every single message that Neptune and Aries, for me personally, this might be different for you, it has been a redirection of maybe a story I kept telling myself, where it's like, nope, this is what you do. That's not working. Do this. Nope, this is what you do. So I want us to all look at that. A friend of mine had been chatting about that Neptune in Pisces, because Pisces is run by Neptune, they're happy there. We could kind of talk ourselves in and out of everything, anything. We can give justification and rationalization for any story that we were telling ourselves. And now Neptune in Aries is like, nope, I kind of got to do this. Nope, that doesn't work. And so with Saturn going into Aries energy, our interdisciplinarian planet, and I also want to highlight that Saturn right now is sitting at 29 degrees of Pisces, the very last degree, the anaretic degree, the critical degree, as we call it. We'll break it down into lenses. Saturn, our interdisciplinarian, last degree of the entire zodiac. That's going to be mean. Saturn's the self-deprecation can be cruel right now. I've had to actually swear at my inner Saturn, my inner, intuition, be like, that's rude. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. I'll read some of these comments. Yes. Feeling the same way about detachment, and really things that used to bring joy aren't bringing joy anymore. Yes. It's a whole new book. Beautifully said, Mason. Absolutely. Yes. Bring your beliefs into action. 100%. 100%. Yes. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. I love all of this. It's intense is an understatement. Yeah, intense is an understatement. Wishing luck. Beautiful. It's not in any way gentle. It doesn't feel gentle. My ear's ringing for that. So if it feels kind of rude, if it feels like or it feels like we're a little behind, we're not. It's just about taking action if action is available to us. But decision, huge, is one of the most important things. So if it feels ambiguous, if you're like, I don't know what is that way, but I'm going to go that way, start to really get rid of some things, throw some things away, make some decisions, close some chapters, close some doors, or set time periods to say, in 6 months, I'm done with this. In 3 months, I'm done with this. Eclipse portal to eclipse portal, I'm done with this. But really make some declarations. because eclipse season is when, I talk about this, and I talk about it in the workbook, the 2026 companion that's available. I put the link in the description. It's $20.26. If you really want to purchase and invest in something, you own it forever for the rest of your life. 52-page companion book, as well as extended all signs readings. I put so much love into that. And I just want to quote a little bit of this, and I talk about this as well in the new moon eclipse in Aquarius video that we'll post after this live. What do we know about eclipse season in general? We hand the reins of our life over to the God source universe of our own understanding and trust it to lead us to our highest timeline. This is the path of our soul, again, connected to the nodes. If we are on the right track and something needs to change, you could easily hop an entire paradigm during this month. If you're off track from where you need to be, eclipse season will smash you back on track. It's not always gentle, but it is efficient. An important thing to note when it's not gentle and the God of your understanding is shouting at you, ask yourself, when did you ignore the whispers? How long have you known that the thing that is changing needed to change? There's so much else to say in there. I quote more of it in the video that I'll post later on, so I don't want to repeat myself there. But if something is not gentle, it's because we're not listening to the whispers. So if something has been in the periph, if something has been whispering to you, I'm leading you forward, then answer that call. It could be a small action with a giant intention behind it, but make some moves and declare to the God of your understanding, I'm ready. I'm ready for change. I'm ready to co-create. Internal organization, 100% Mason. Yes, 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 yes. Tending to old seeds planted, 100%. I agree with you, 100%. Yes. It's time to buckle down. Awesome. I'm so happy that this is resonating. This feels like such a beautiful time. Such a beautiful time. Yes. Setting your mission statement. Your why statement is one of the most important things. 100%. Having a personal why, business why, all of that. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 100%. Yes. I love that. The quote, slow down and discern whether or not we need to act. Every bit of energy is going to say either do something now. I mean, think of the sporadicness of even your telephone or opening up your YouTube when things are shouting at you. Everything says move, everything says go, everything says click here, everything says you're behind, don't miss out, buy now, all of this. So that is so true. One of the most, like, what's the word I want to use? Important things we could do. That's not the word I was looking for, but it's what I'm going to say. One of the most important things we can do is slow down, or defiant. That's the word I want to use. One of the most defiant things we can do in a world that tells us to speed up is to slow down. And it triggers me definitely. Every Sunday, I was violently doing Sudoku in my book. I was like, I need the dopamine. Blah, 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 blah. We're addicted to getting those little hits. Our brain is addicted to it. So when we do slow down, it's actually like healing not just our nervous system and our body, but the messages come through clearer. So to be able to detach, to be able to step away is a real important thing. To be able to discern, am I doing this to prove something? Is it something I really want? And so much is coming up. And this is what I'm hearing. This could be important for someone. Even if this, like, something wants to change, full body reactions, full body chill, my dear, something does need to change. And it doesn't mean that maybe you declared, I'm going to do this, or maybe you started a new job, or maybe you did all of these other little things. And you're like, but I told everybody this is what I'm going to do. And I decide it's okay to pivot. We're allowed to. We're like, and because, for lack of a better term, I'll use the term timelines, because timelines are shifting so quickly. We process things so quickly. We can have who's having intense dreams? Show of hands. So much is happening so quickly. And so we might not need to live out that timeline anymore. We might not need to do what it is that we were doing. We might have learned that lesson already. And the people that were connected to that timeline, it might have shifted. The roles are all shifting. Yes, 100%. The dopamine hit. The dopamine, it's irrational. It's irrational. I'd heard a perspective once, and this isn't doctrine. This is something that I'd heard. It was from a Lewis Howes podcast, but it was some scientist of the brain who's saying that the same amount of dopamine that someone would get in cave person times to go out, hunt, and kill an animal, like hours of time. That is like, I just, am feeding my whole family. Everyone's going to be okay. All of this, all of that, that whole arc is what we get in 3 seconds from a scroll. That's why it's so addictive, because we're receiving, that's the same level of chemicals that are going off in our brain. So definitely do your own research on that, but that just blew my mind. Yes, yes, yes. And so give yourself permission to pivot, give yourself permission to be in more contemplation during this eclipse season. It's something I talked about in the workbook last year, which is like, be on that, like what Pam Gregory says, that eagle's perch, where it's observing things that are going on. Watch things crumble. I myself, I'm not omitted from this. So much is shifting and changing. Very little have I even talked about it with my very, very important circle. I'm just chatting with the God of my understanding about it right now. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? Because the more I even talk to God about it, the more things are starting to shift and crumble, and what is not in alignment is falling away. So, hey, Nigel, good morning. It's good to see you. And so be at peace and in observation, say, oh, wow, what is not meant for me is falling away. Oh, wow, that's happening. Oh, wow, this is going on. And one thing that I will just mention, it was something that I talked about in the new moon eclipse video that, again, is going to post after this, is to be okay with not knowing. Just to be okay with not knowing, and just to be able to say, I'm going to turn my phone off for a little while. I'm going to, get a little puzzle book, or maybe even just watch a movie without being on your phone at the same time, like things like that. Like, it's not about, you don't have to go off and Airbnb a cabin in the woods and like completely detox. Like, you don't have to do that, but just take a few hours and say, I'm just going to let the world, and I'm going to be, maybe journal a little bit, or listen to music, or write some music, or just write whatever you want, or finger paint, or whatever. And be okay with anything going on out there, and just being aware of your own reality and aware of what's going on. And one thing that I really do want us to look at is all of the areas of our own chart. Thank you so much, Nigel. I appreciate that. I was scared to post that. I'm so grateful for you saying that. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't even know YouTube was going to let me, so I'm grateful for YouTube. Thank you. Find all of the houses and the areas that encompass, we can go to, because it's today, 28 degrees of Aquarius and the entirety of Pisces and the entirety of Aries. Look at, where does this fall in your chart? If you don't use whole sign, this could encompass 2-3 houses. 2-3 houses. Like, for example, for me, the new moon eclipse is in my 4th house. Then Pisces is in my 4th house. Pisces Aries in my 5th house. And then Aries Taurus is my 6th. So it's going to affect my 4th, 5th, and 6th houses. This is the area to really look at, So in regards to that area, this is why astrology is giving us a nice map. Any area of your life could be wildly affected, but the intensity of Neptune and Aries and Saturn and Aries, really look at what's to come. And it's something I've mentioned a few times. Sometimes I noticed this in the all signs readings for 2026. I noticed it in the all signs readings in my membership groups for Aquarius season, where not every sign right now. So this is like this, you'll know if it's for you or if it's not for you. Not every sign right now is, I would recommend for everyone to do backwards processing. So like, where was I in 2012? Where was I in 2023? And do those deep dives, which is, counterintuitive to what I'm literally get paid to process. So I would spend more time looking forward. So I've noticed a shift a little bit in a lot of my one-on-one sessions, that we're looking over the chart, we're looking at why I am the way that I am, channeled messages come through, and it's more about where I am presently now, and letting go of some of the old story of the past, because we can get super addicted to that analysis paralysis. We can get super addicted to, I failed doing this, or the story, very Dr. Joe Dispenza, the story of that I can get addicted to telling the story of a life I don't even like. I can get addicted to the shame that I felt when I was a different version of myself. And I'm not that version anymore. So I can let that story go and stop telling it and just show up as a curious child and say, oh, look at all these resources that I have. Look at my beautiful, healed, loving heart. And what is it that I actually want in this world? And what do I want for the next few years? We can look at, what do I want from now and who do I want to be at the end of the second eclipse portal of the year when we go into August of this year. We can set some 6-month goals if we want, but I also want us to be open to things being of divine design, of the God of our own understanding saying, I want you to have something better. Yeah, something more, something better, something that we might not even think that we're worthy of or that we could think is possible. I want us to believe that things are possible. And there was a channeled message that came through, I think it was last week, which is like, you're safe to ask for more. And it's because for so many, we've been in this not fight or flight, but we've been, struggling. And we've been trying our best and things have not worked out. And, those like manifestations have not come through. And it's been a toughie. I'm not going to say that the past few years have been easy in any way, but we're here and we came out of that time period. And now we have to be able to stop telling the stories and to leave that behind and to be able to leave that behind. Yes. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my goodness, Nigel, that is huge. That is so huge. I'm celebrating you. Impulsive decisions. I love that. That's Aries energy. Go for it. Oh, I'm so excited for you. That is a huge decision to dispose old phones, laptops, and x-ray films, the recycling center, sitting in the wardrobe for 10 years. I feel free and lighter. I'm so happy. Thank you for sharing. These are huge moments of clearing out the old and letting it be okay and creating space for the new, creating space for something new to come in. It's a new moon eclipse. So a new moons are like where we plant seeds for what we do want. Full moons is when we're releasing and old things are closing. Yeah. Free up space in the mind as well. There are so many things that I've held on to for a long time that is like, oh, one day I'll use that. Or, sometimes it's like, oh, one day I'll fit into that. And one day, like, I'm getting rid of all those one days, all of those, all of those. So to get rid of and to give it to someone to recycle it, or if it's clothing, donate it, to be able to say, I'm ready for something that's in front of me. I don't want to keep telling the story of what's behind me. Nigel, I'm celebrating you. That's huge. That is so huge. And that's a huge representation of what we're going into. We have some seriously concentrated energy. This Friday is when Saturn goes into Aries. And then the new moon eclipse Eastern Standard Time, is a week from tomorrow. And then a week from Friday is the Saturn Neptune conjunction at 0 degree of Aries. Time to take charge. Yes, tired of procrastinating. Huge, huge, huge. Leaning into this. It's the most beautiful way to co-create and to tell the God of your understanding, I am ready. I am ready. I'm tired of the old. I'm tired of putting this off. I'm done with that story. And again, this is going to manifest and show up differently for everyone, for everyone. So be in what you're in and take stock of your own life and take stock of your own possessions, take stock of your own resources and really look at what it is that you're being called to do, what it is that you're being called to look at. Because I feel like sometimes eclipse portals can be so cliche. They can be so like, they're right in your face. It's like it's staring you in the face. What's supposed to happen, what's supposed to go, what's supposed to change. You can't get around it. It's not going to whisper in any capacity. It's going to be plain as clear as day, as plain as the nose on your face. It's going to be right there. So a good way to look at the map, you can look at the map, you can blend it with your whatever's coming up in your own life. Yes. 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 Thank you. I appreciate that. There's so much happening, Nigel. Sometimes I was writing on the walls again. I wrote light language on the walls. Yes, you cannot miss what is for you. It's going to be staring you in the face. But I also feel strongly that taking any action, small or large, declaring it, acknowledging it, is going to be some of the most important things. Aries energy does not read the instructions. You do it and you figure out how to do it as you're doing it. That's it. That's it. So this is initiatory. This is what I've labeled in the beginning the storefront view of my life. Yes. So it's about when someone's walking by your life, just a stranger, what do you want them to see you doing? What is of the utmost integrity, alignment? Like, what do you want people to see you doing? Because sweeping change and like actual stability is happening. Like these are the planets that are coming into the house of what you do every day. Yes. 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 Beautiful. 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 And remembering that Chiron is still sitting in there. Chiron's still in Aries. So it might be uncomfortable. It might be painful. It might be, I tried something and it didn't work. Energy. There could be so much that's still breaking down. It's a lot. Mercury, we're going to have a Mercury retrograde in Pisces energy over here. I'm super jazzed about that. My natal Mercury is in Pisces, so I'm having a little bit of a Mercury return right now. It's a beautiful sing-songy way to communicate. So Mercury in Pisces is a good time. Is a good time. We can give very dry information a beautiful spin. A beautiful spin. Yes. Yes. 100%. That's it. Aries taking 10 times longer to build the IKEA furniture because they didn't read the instructions. Really sick if they say that they did it themselves. It's so true. It's very true. And it's very much an evolved Aries can try it one way and it's like, oh, I failed at that. And then we'll finally go off into the bathroom, cry, come back and be like, okay, I'll do it the right way now. I'll do it the right way. Kind of like with my life. You saw it happen in real time. I was sitting there, I waited 11, 12 minutes and I was just like, why can't it work the way that I know it to work? And I'm just like, fine, just sign into Chrome, dude. Just do it. Just talk to people. Just get there for your community. And it's so, yeah. Eartha Kitt. Oh, Nigel, you're hitting me right in the soul space. Gorgeous. Oh my God. Yes. I take 10 times as long to build furniture when I read the instructions. It's, everyone, we all get there. It all gets built for sure. It all gets built. But yeah, this Neptune and Aries are going here. Mercury's going to go retrograde in the middle of the eclipse portal. It's going to go direct on the Aries equinox. Like this is where we're going. This is what's happening. And the sun goes into Pisces energy the day after the eclipse. So it's very much like, how do I even say? Ooh, I was just listening to her song. Oh my goodness, that's hysterical. This area of your chart is about to get rocked. You're about to have, like, think of it, the image that's coming to my mind is like, you're about to have a house party. You don't have to clean. You don't have to put the laundry away. You don't have to cook food. You don't have to order beverages. You don't have to have nice bubbly water. You don't have to cut fresh lemons. People are going to come over. The sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars, everybody, Venus, Neptune and Saturn, the North Node, Chiron, everyone's coming over. You can do whatever you want. The house is still there. And then they're going to leave. But how do you want to present yourself? How do you want to show up for this energy? How do you want to show up to the house party of everybody going into this area? And get excited about it. I definitely, and I talk about this every year, I don't want to dread Pisces season anymore. My Aries sun is at 2 degrees SUN. And so I can, every single year, I just get like nervous by it. I get scared of it. And it's just an emotional roller coaster for me. I don't understand how any Pisces placement does sun, moon, rising. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Pisces moon. Oh my God. I don't know how you do it. But I'm going into this one now with the excitement and the clarity, just to say, I can figure anything out. What's the coolest, most exciting, most abundant, most magical thing, whatever I'm working on that day that could happen today? And how would my best self show up? What can I get rid of that's not me? Even Nigel, I'm so happy that you like, I'm such a match with you right now. I'm such a vibrational match. I got rid of things today that like, and I was like, done, recycle, done, that I've had for years in like prominent places in my home where I look at every single day. And so I was like, done. I couldn't wear, I'm done with this. I've held this for this like ambiguous moment in time. I'm done. I'm done. I'm throwing them away, donating them, and just recycling them. And just, it feels freeing, it feels refreshing, and it feels very Neptune and Aries. Like I'm not even telling the story anymore. I'm like, oh, but what about what if? What if the moment comes, I'll buy something new. If the universe wants me to have something, if the God of my own understanding wants something to replace that, it will be replaced. If we float above it, none of this is ours. None of us gets to take our fun trinkets and toys and stuffed animals with us when we go. None of us do. So it's not ours. It's the universe saying, and I'll use this in a particular I statement way. Whereas the homes that I've ever lived in this world, I've lived in some beautiful apartments in those places where it's like, how did this happen? How did you meet this person and that person, that person, that person? The moment I was meant to move into these places, couldn't be stopped. The moment I was meant to move out of those places, couldn't be stopped. It was always God. It was always God, but they weren't mine. I was just residing in the space. The home called me, and then the home said, okay, we're done with you. Bye-bye. Next. And so we get to go to these places. Same with our possessions. If something is, or I'm just giving, I'm being given a more practical understanding of this. Buy something and you put it in the refrigerator. Buy food. It's been in there for months. It's not going to taste good. It's going to go moldy. It's going to start to stink. It's going to go bad. Everything that we own, everything that we have, everything that we keep within our possession is energy. And sometimes that energy gets stale, and our nostalgia can come in, the member berries and can come in. And it's time. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. What if those clothes get a new person to love and wear them? Yes. 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 Didn't even second guess it. Just purging all the baggage away. Yes. I believe the longer it sits, it starts feeding off you like a parasite. Since why I was always quote unquote, that's huge. I love that. I love that. It does, because it loops you. Oh, that resonates, because it loops you into that story. It loops you into that conversation of the past. Or, I was looking at these cute trousers that I bought when I was in Australia. They were high-waisted. They were the cutest can be. I haven't fit into them in years. Like when I was living in Australia, I was cigarette smoking. I had an ED. I'm not going to fit into those. Like, and that's okay. That doesn't make me a failure. I know that was a lot. I'm sorry if that was triggering, but that was just my personal story. But it really said to me, and I got literally today, this morning, I just picked them up out of this. Is so interesting that Nigel, that you shared that. I just picked them up and I just put them in the donation bag. Yeah. 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 Baggage disclaim department of the yes, yes, yes. And to be able to just say, that's not me anymore. And the time that I'm supposed to get like really cute socks, I will get really cute socks, and they'll fit and they'll be nice and I'll love wearing them and all the things, but it'll have new energy and not attached to like, I'm not the version of myself I was when I bought those in Australia at the op shop. And so putting that on just keeps that connection to the past. I really resonated, Nigel, with what you said. Like it starts feeding off of you, and it keeps you stuck. And so this could even be just open the windows, light some candles, sage or Palo Santo if that's your language, and just clearing out. Yes. I totally hear you. Yes. Then lean into it. The comment was me being stubborn and nostalgic. I'll be crying, cleaning up, I feel. Then lean into it and then put on some sad music. Say 5 things and clean up and get rid of those 5 things. Like give yourself a container and just lean in. When you're ready, it will, like, let the Aries take over. The Piscean side of things, the negative side of Pisces can be overly addicted to the story. But nostalgia can be beautiful when you're using it as a moment of, oh my God, the song that's like playing in the background of my head, was it Vitamin C? The as we go on. Lean in, my friend, lean in. Yes. Yes, letting new things come, setting the stage, getting ready for that house party, getting ready for all these beautiful things, and welcoming it. And just taking these small action steps. We think that they can be small, but we don't know how far the ripples of, Nigel getting rid of all these things and clearing up that space. We don't know how far those ripples go. I don't know how far the ripples go of getting those, or getting rid of those trousers, getting rid of those slacks. So we can't comprehend the limitlessness of the universe experiencing itself through the human body that is us. So we can, and also sometimes when we get emotional about those things, we know it's a big deal and we know it has to happen. Yes, yes, yes. It's a really beautiful, powerful moment in time to be alive and to witness it and to be a part of it. So don't sit this one out, definitely. It's, don't sit on this energy, but it might not be, it's not about hustling right now. It's not about like, I got to do, I got to do, I got to do. This is the seeds that you've been planting for a very long time coming to fruition, and weeding that inner garden and weeding all of that. I updated my pay what you want, pay what you can page on my website, and I put a guided meditation from my membership group, Weeding Your Inner Garden. That's available and it's donation based. I also put February's council gathering on there if anyone is interested. But if you want a little bit of assistance when you're going through some of like the external and then something to help really ground yourself into that, the guided meditation could be fun. It was recorded in September. It was recorded in an eclipse portal. So yeah. Exactly. There's no such thing as hustling anymore. And it's so, I love what you're saying. I got to just move forward. It's like the more we hustle, the more we fall, the more we stumble. But the slower that we go, the quicker things actually, it has to come from the inside out, is what I'm saying. Yes. Ooh, called Loop. It's about a racer wanting to break out of the loop. Oh, I love this. That's beautiful. Journal script poem. Oh, Nigel, I love that. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. It's so profound what's trying to birth through us right now. And I'm not telling you to, like wipe off the whole desk and start completely over. I'm offering to take some action steps that bring you forward. Even asking, like, would my future self want me to keep this? Do I own this in the future? Yeah. But I would definitely spend some time. I myself am doing the same, just looking at this area of the chart. Last 2 degrees of Aquarius, all of Pisces, and all of Aries. Where does the Saturn Neptune conjunction happen? That's like big arrows. Look at that. Where is the Aries point, the 0 point in your chart? What house does that fall in? Does that affect your sun, moon, or rising? What planets is that aspecting, most importantly? Yes. Yes, I learned was that busy work just for the sake of working can feel like creating a sense of ego identity, but it's hollow busy work. You can definitely get lost in busy work. Yes, you can definitely get lost in it. And there are, yeah, part of the shadow of Neptune Aries. Neptune, yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting. I like that. It's just thinking that you're busy or thinking that you're doing something, or sometimes productivity can even be a scam. There's so much to that isn't making sense anymore. And it's learning new ways to do something, learning new ways to be creative, to be forward focused. Like right now, it's been, like I said, big realizations have come to me. I'm sitting with them and I'm praying on them and I'm talking to God actively, the God of my understanding about them. I'm journaling them out. I'm looking at what's underneath that, what's underneath that, what's underneath that. And I'm taking my time to be vocal about it. I'm taking my time to share it. I'm taking my time. It just feels like massive forks in the road. right now, massive decisions. Pam Gregory just put out a video, choice, like this is a choice point. This is not like oh, these paths will eventually lead towards each other. These are very big decisions, very big choice points. So sit with them. Sit with them. Cleaning out the house and cleaning out the closet, that's a beautiful way to make space if something's still a little bit confusing or doesn't make full sense. Yes. Aries Mars, 0 degrees. I'm so excited for you. Oh my goodness. This is potent. That is such beautiful energy. What house is this in? Thank you for sharing. I'm so excited for you. I cannot wait to see. This is like skyrockettable energy, beautiful energy. Yeah. Don't listen to the mean chatters. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready for whatever is happening. You're ready. You are so ready. This is coming through, and I don't like take none of what it like you've only told me 2 messages in the second house. There are people that, and this isn't egoic, that it's don't compare yourself to anyone. You're ready. There are people that might not be as tenacious and as smart as you that are doing more. Audacity is the only thing I want you to focus on. Go for it. You're ready. Your message, whatever you do, there are people that want to see it and hear it because it's like the way you do it, the way you do it. Yes. So happy you're here. I'm just having full body chills. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Thank you for sharing. Yes, 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 yes. This is so exciting. Oh, share when you can, if you want to, along the way. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. Yes. Woo. Mission statement. Yes, yes, exactly. It's everything is different. Everything is different right now. We don't really have a structure to say. And even I recorded my astrology and nonlinear time video this morning, and it was about the future. So I didn't really talk. I channeled the Council of Nine. That'll be posting tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. It's we can't see into nonlinearity because we're in linearity right now. So the tools that we think are going to get us there, maybe we do need certain tools. Maybe we do need certain things. If there's certifications, if there's licensures that you need, 100%, my friend, go get those. Go get that education so you can do what's next in your path. But so much of this is shifting from the inside out. So much of this is our calling. It's our soul's path. It's a mission. And it's just not going to look like Aries energy doesn't look like anyone else. We can't compare our path to anyone else's. I did a channeled message that I did. It was a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Yeah, your path won't look like anyone else's. You're choosing the path that is of your soul's growth, your soul's purpose, and that there might not be a job on LinkedIn that describes all of those things. So it's very much, it's scary. It takes courage. Having community is so important, but be aware of who you share with, not to get someone else to give you, okay, so if you have an idea and you know that you need to do it, we can get stuck in this paradox. This is, and I've been there before, where I'll share it with a whole bunch of people so that they be like, oh my God, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. Go for it. Which is like it's doing it, going and doing it, and actively taking those steps and talking to your friends from the path, talking to them from the road, and say, I'm actively doing this. I have no idea, like I don't know what's fully there, but my soul is calling. Yes. It's and that's okay. That's exactly it. Your reality is your reality, and that's okay. That's what I love about the multidimensional cafe. My way is never doctrine. It's just my way. And continuing to take what's, oh my goodness, it was like a tea. No, it was a fortune cookie that I had. When in doubt, just take the next small step. That's it. So this could be looking over your chart, looking over where, the key planets of this Neptune Saturn conjunction of Aries, where the 28-degree Aquarian eclipse falls, all different things. Like choose one and look at what planet is getting super duper activated, what area of the chart is getting super duper activated. It could be looking into that. It could be cleaning the house, donating 1 or 2 things. Wonderful. Yes. Oh my goodness. It's so true. The energy is so beautifully potent right now. Do you believe there's more in co-creating? Could you expand a little bit on that? Because I do believe in co-creation with the God of your individual understanding, but could you, in what sense, in what lens? And then I would answer that. Because there is so much potency that's available to us right now. Yes, you have choices now. Oh, I don't have to suffer to belong. I have options. That is so beautiful. I'm celebrating you. I'm celebrating you. That is potent. That's a huge unlocking. That's a huge unlocking. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Thank you for sharing that energy with us. And thank you for sharing that with the group. It's so, when these things happen, these huge realizations, these huge moments of release and unlocking all of this, it can just all of a sudden you feel like a new person. Yes, that's huge. And it can feel just like these like, oh my goodness, these strings that held us, those ties that held us to the past. And it can feel just like jumping for joy. And oh my goodness. I was in meditation this morning or yesterday, I can't remember. I think it was today. I was chatting with the Council of Nine and I said something. And all I saw was all of my chakras, and there was just unlock, 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 unlock. And it was not like gentle stuff. It was very much like, that makes me scared, or I, judge myself, or I feel shame, or all of these different things. When you actually allow it to come out, that's when everything changes. We can't hold it in any longer. Even just saying, this makes me nervous, like to say, like, for me to, like, I'm nostalgic. So going through my stuff, like you said earlier, would make me emotional. Even saying that is important. Choice and guidance and unknown, keeping balance, bringing something that is more precise, pure and clear, simply more better in a divine union sense. There's more in co-creating, choice and guidance. I think a lot of, just overall, simply put, more better. I love that phrase so much, the more better in a divine union sense. I think that a lot is really shifting. I don't know if I'm fully grasping, and I apologize if I'm not, but I think that the energy that's available to us right now is more potent. The energy of co-creation is definitely more potent. I think that as far as community is concerned, or divine love, yes, yes. And divine love and divine partnership, I think there's so much more potency in the field right now. I also feel as though for us individually, we're choosing, like I said, like not just like this ambiguous, like we're walking a path and it's kind of leading us to our ambiguous future. I think right now we're recognizing I'm making this decision out of fear or love. I'm leaning into, my most aligned version of myself. I'm trusting the God of my understanding. So I think based on those decisions that we make, that's going to lead us to the divine partnership, to the aligned friendships, to the co-creation in whatever sense it may be, because we can recognize that there's another person on the other end of that telephone, the other end of that energy field. And you could utilize like you're thinking of something and you're thinking of an ambiguous something, and that's like you're putting that thought into the cloud. There's someone else that's also co-creating and putting thoughts into the cloud. So hey, so I hope that answers your question, but I feel like it's it might not make full sense, but it's clear. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, it's like I'm trying to speak words of like the infinity unknown, but it's like, I'll speak from I statements. Home is calling to me. I don't know where it is. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I can hear the song. I can smell the wood. I can taste it, and it's calling to me. Yes, yes, wonderful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And it's doesn't make sense. So I just do the little things that I know keep me in alignment. And when something is out of alignment, I sit with it, I process it, and I let it go in perfect time. Yes. Wonderful. I'm so happy to share this with you. I'm so happy to share. Oh, what a potent time. Yes, yes, yes. This is this has been such a powerful energy today. I just am sending love to every single one of you. And I'm so grateful to everyone here live, to everyone that watches this later on. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for being here. Yes. Thank you, Nigel. I'm so grateful to share this with you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so grateful. It's I'm leaning into little things and leaning into sharing more of I have a spoken word that I'm going to record and share. I shared a little bit of my singing and I love doing that and I love letting it be all bits and pieces of me and just not trying to name it and just letting it come out how it wants to come out the day it wants to come out. So thank you for receiving. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We are all a part of the collective consciousness. Yes. Yes. Oh, mwah, mwah. Go enjoy your walk. I love that. I love that. Whoo, my goodness, that is beautiful. Oh, thank you for sharing that, showing me the actual hertz frequency of everything. That is beautiful. I love how we all see differently and feel and touch and experience. I'm having just full body chillies. It's so beautiful. I love how everyone, it's just, we're all individual sparks. Yes, it's like one drop of the ocean and the whole ocean. We're part of the collective consciousness. So we're all connected. We're all connected, but showing our individuality. Like as one disco ball, we're all just a facet, and then each individual one of us has an entire disco ball in and of itself. It's infinity. It's so wild. It's so wild. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up today. Yes, sending blessings to everyone here. Same, Nigel, I receive and send back to you equally. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have beautiful, beautiful, blessed, abundant, powerful, emotional, interesting, different, communicative, guttural, amazing, awesome, amazing, all the things. However you want to receive this week, I hope you do fully. I love you. I will see you next week, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on live. I'll see you soon. Bye.